So, Apple's first foldable might be Z Fold 8 Ultra, using Samsung's own technology. That sounds backwards, but that's exactly where these iPhone Ultra leaks are going. Because Samsung Mobile has every reason to fear this phone, but Samsung Display has every reason to want it to win. Let me explain. So, Samsung Display has reportedly approved Apple's foldable panel. And here's the part that makes Samsung look bad. Apple isn't just getting a Samsung-made display, it's reportedly getting Samsung's newest M16 display material. And this is where things get awkward for Samsung, because its own Z Fold 8 lineup is rumored to use the older M13. Now, we still don't have exact brightness or efficiency numbers, so I won't pretend we do, but M16 should mean better brightness potential, better efficiency, and longer lifespan. So Apple waited years to enter foldables, but now the display is the one part where Apple doesn't look late, Samsung does. But this is where the story stops being about display tech, because at first this makes no sense. Why would Samsung help Apple build a phone that goes straight after the Z Fold 8? Here's the thing. Apple has been the biggest smartphone OLED customer for years, and that creates the uncomfortable part. Samsung's phone division wants to beat Apple, but Samsung's display division has every reason to want Apple's foldable to succeed. And for the Z Fold 8, that's a nightmare. But even if Samsung is building the screen, that does not mean Apple's foldable will feel like a Galaxy Fold. And the screen is only half the story. The part that decides whether this feels like a real Apple product is the hinge. Apple is reportedly using liquid metal. It's basically a metallic glass designed to resist wear. After hundreds of thousands of folds, Samsung has years of foldable experience, but Apple has the advantage of waiting, watching everyone else's mistakes, and showing up with a cleaner design. So the display may be Samsung's, but the foldable experience might be all Apple's, and that design-first thinking might matter even more inside the phone. Because the sleeper story is the internal layout. Foldables have always been repair nightmares: glued batteries, fragile inner screens, messy cables, and painful repair bills. Apple used to have that same reputation, but recent iPhones have become cleaner inside, with easier access and more repair-friendly layouts. Now the leaks point to the same idea here. Apple reportedly placed the motherboard along one edge, with shorter cables and fewer parts crossing behind the folding screen. A cleaner layout doesn't just make repairs easier, it also frees up internal room, which is reportedly how Apple fit the biggest battery ever in an iPhone. But bigger battery doesn't automatically mean better battery life, so efficiency matters just as much. Apple may not be chasing the thinnest foldable, it might be building the least annoying one to actually own. So the only real question left is, when can you actually buy it? And honestly, the timeline has been messy. One report claimed Apple's foldable slipped to 2027, but newer reports still point to a September announcement. The safest read is this: Apple may announce the iPhone Ultra in September, but actual availability could slip to October or November. Something similar Apple has done it with the iPhone X. That leaves Samsung with one clear advantage. The Galaxy Fold 8 launches earlier, and Samsung already has years of foldable software polish behind it. So Samsung may win the calendar. And while Apple's busy using Samsung's best tech against Samsung, the iPhone 18 Pro has a very different problem. Apple's copying a Samsung move on it. They're just doing it at completely the wrong time. Click right here to watch it in full. This is Mr. Phone Over. We want you to stay with us by subscribing and share your valuable feedback through comments. See you in the next video.